Now, don't tell Siri, but I've been telling Siri lately that she is kind of useless. And I shouldn't say that, but sometimes it's like simple questions. I guess I'm becoming more adapted to like AI and all the tech available to us. Simple questions like, hey, can you tell me the time? And she is like showing the time on my screen. I'm like, girl, I asked you to tell me the time, right? And I laughed at myself the other day because I'm like, okay, maybe I'm taking it too far. I don't really know. But I was busy doing something and I wasn't near my phone and I needed to hear audibly what the time was, right? And so this is an example of, as we continue to advance, as our world continues to expand, people are not buying information, not things that they can look up. So I'm going to tell you what actually sells your courses, especially when it comes to premium on tonight, okay? Hey guys, it's Dr. Sonia here with Jump First. I've helped hundreds of creative entrepreneurs and business owners to take back their free time, generate additional revenue, and celebrate while living that work from anywhere lifestyle through creating online courses and digital education. So I'm super excited that you are here. Say it with me. Done is better than perfect. Master one thing at a time. Practice makes better. And this has to work. Right? Let's get it. Hello, what's going on? Awesome course creators and party peeps. It's Dr. Sonia here with Jump First. Some tech issues, okay, but we are here. We are live in the arena. Welcome back. I feel like it's been so much longer than just 1 week. Or less than a week, right? It's been a few days. So we are here every Tuesday and Thursday in case you are new here. In the arena is where we get visible, we get vulnerable, but we show up so that we can continue to move our goals forward and what it is that we really want to accomplish. We're about halfway through the year. I say more than halfway through the year. I'm already in next year. Don't get me started, right? But still, again, goals that we want to accomplish, things that we want to do. So today I really want to talk about what actually sells courses, okay? So we're going to get into it on today. If you have questions, feel free to drop them inside of the chat. I'm so excited to be live. I love going live and interacting with you all. If you are new here and you haven't yet subscribed, please do hit the subscribe button, like button, bell notification. At least hit that like button so we can continue to push the positivity out to the world and let me know where you're watching from. All right, I love to see the global reach of these episodes. What's going on? SoCal, what's up, mama and daddy? How you doing? I hope that y'all are well at the top of this episode. Let's get into it. Okay, so my grandmother always used to say, keep a tissue, honey, because I don't know why, but sometimes when I hop on these lives, I get like super hot. So I'm going to go ahead and just, okay. All right, so let's get into it real quick. Here's what sells courses. Now, I've been creating content around this all day, but this is something that is so near and dear to my heart because I hate to see, or I dislike seeing, such creative individuals putting out content and it's just factual only. We are in 2026. Fortunately, I think like as courses continue to evolve, as the world continues to evolve, and especially the self-education industry continues to up-level and elevate, I think it's a good thing that people aren't just buying based on information anymore. They're not just buying based on facts. We have the ability to just Google stuff, okay, and get a factual answer, get the information that we need kind of at the touch of a button. Now, don't tell Siri, but I've been telling Siri lately that she is kind of useless. And I shouldn't say that, but sometimes it's like simple questions. I guess I'm becoming more adapted to like AI and all the tech available to us. Simple questions like, hey, can you tell me the time? And she is like showing the time on my screen. I'm like, girl, I asked you to tell me the time, right? And I laughed at myself the other day because I'm like, okay, maybe I'm taking it too far. I don't really know. But I was busy doing something and I wasn't near my phone and I needed to hear audibly what the time was, right? And so this is an example of, as we continue to advance, as our world continues to expand, people are not buying information, not things that they can look up. So I'm going to tell you what actually sells your courses, especially when it comes to premium on tonight, okay? So we're going to go through about 5 things. I'm going to have my tissue because I'm not sure why I'm so hot, okay? But Here we are. All right, let's get into it. So when courses are not selling, they're missing 5 things. The first thing is personality. Sounds like super simple, but a lot of people miss it, especially my high performers. Okay, so a lot of high performers miss it. I know that I will say that if it wasn't for me teaching university, I probably would have missed it as well. Okay. What's going on? Well, we're gonna make sure that we keep it to a minimum. Okay, I'm sending y'all much love. Let's keep it positive in here. I appreciate that. TFHH, hello, hello. Noto, hello, hello. Or not Moreno, I'm sorry. Hello, hello. It's good to see y'all. Let's keep it positive. I appreciate you, Kat, for moderating the chat as well. Okay, so if I didn't teach personality, if I didn't teach university, I probably would not really have come to understand this. My issue when I started teaching university classes was that all the information was standard, right? And so I started mixing things up. I was asking some of the people on the board, I asked my chair of the program, I'm like, can I do this, right? I would do it and then tell people that I was kind of doing it. And what I mean it by that is not changing the curriculum completely and totally, but I was adding my own twists to things. So I was adding in additional activities and things that I knew would engage my students because I was infusing my personality. Didn't have a name for it really back then, didn't really understand like that's what I was doing, but I just knew I couldn't be finally on the other side of teaching. I appreciate you, TFHH. I couldn't be on the other side of teaching, right? Or of the learning, I guess, learning teaching continuum. I couldn't be standing there teaching and know what my students felt like sitting in those chairs, because I know what I felt like. I felt like I was constantly, people were just like blasting information at me, and it's like, ugh, get me out of here. Nobody gets really excited about a textbook. Now, if you are nerdy like me, we do get excited about stats and facts, and we like to know how things work. That's the curiosity piece. But I still don't get excited to read a textbook. Like, I want to see things come to life. And so that's what I started infusing in my university courses. This is the first thing that is necessary, okay, for you to start attracting, especially your premium buyers. Does your course have character? Does it have personality? Are you showing up as you, not just blasting off information? It's easy. Anybody can go to AI, chat, whatever, Claude, whatever you use, and get the information. But people want to buy into what makes this course different. And this is also one of the things that helps me when I show up in forums like this, like live or on social media, putting my creativity out there, taking the things from my head and just putting my personality out there. That's like literally half of social media, right? Not you regurgitating what somebody else has already done, was your personality. So a lot of courses are missing personality, and this is also, it's why people don't stay engaged, why people don't finish the courses. And you already know, pro tip for your courses, that if people are not getting results, it's going to be really hard for you to continue to sell your course. I'm going to let that sit there for a second. If people are signing up for your course even initially and you're making the sales, it's going to be really hard to continue those sales if nobody is getting results. Germany in the building. I love to see that. What's going on? SM Raps. Hello, hello. Best life advice. I'll give it to you in a second. I promise I'm going to ask some questions as we go through tonight. Thank you for that. I love to see Germany in the building. Let me know if you're watching this, where you are currently watching from. Okay, let's get into it. Oh, the other thing that I want to note here is like textbooks, boring and forgettable. Boring and forgettable. The reason that we have, even if you look at traditional education, I guess that would be one of my best pieces of life advice. Show up as you, okay? If you look at traditional education, there are textbooks, like, and I have a lot to say about textbooks being required in some classes. I think that for some classes, yes, sure. But for others, it's kind of like, why? Right? You ever like bought a textbook? I know I have $400, $500 you drop on them and then you barely even use them during the semester. Annoying. But the reason that there are textbooks, you still have professors or teachers showing up to teach from the textbook, right? So like that should be a clue that the personality is necessary in order to like get people engaged and get people learning. Does that make sense? All right, let me know if that makes sense. Hello, what's going on, Lion Ling? Hello, hello. Good to see you. I appreciate y'all being here. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Okay. Number 2 is the emotional connection. Oh, this is a big one. So facts don't sell, feelings do. If you are spitting off just straight facts like you are an AI tool, okay, all the time, the human element is missing. The human touch is missing. Empathy is missing. Your ability to connect to other people is what's missing. People are not going to buy based on you telling them, here are all the stats and facts about this thing and what makes it go. People are going to buy based on, okay, how does this emotionally connect to what I want? People buy based on how they feel, right? You ever think about it? Like, Iran, hello. It's good to see you on. Thank you. And thank you for the likes. I appreciate y'all. You ever buy anything, right? I mean, we all have, whatever it is. We buy based on how we feel. I just got a Reese's Big Cup yesterday because that's how I felt. And I was like, I know I'm not supposed to have this, but I want it. Okay? Because I felt that way. I was like, oh my God, I need something. Like, I just need something to break up the monotony of this meal prep and meal plan that I've been on. Probably shouldn't have had it, but I did because it made me happy. It brought me joy. Okay? People buy based on feelings, not facts. Is this thing going to get me out of this challenge or this misery or whatever it is that I'm currently going through? Like, is this the solution? Am I buying this Band-Aid, okay, because I cut myself real quick and now I need to put something on, right? Or I need ointment or whatever have you. Like, I need to run to the store and grab it real quick. Is it going to solve the problem? Is it going to take me out of pain? Is it going to help me feel better about whatever it is that I'm going through? Like, people buy based on emotion. For your premium courses, let me put this here, pro tip. Your premium buyers are, and I just said this to someone I was talking to earlier today, and this comes up a lot. Like, with premium courses, that means I need to include more information. If I'm going to be charging more, I need to include more stuff. The answer is no. You actually need to include less stuff. Think about it like this. Your premium buyers, and this was the example that I gave, your premium buyers, when they go to a luxury car dealership, they are not going for the free keychain. I say this all the time. All right, they're not going for the free keychain. They are, okay, I got the specs, I understand it. I probably have done some research before I got there. But when I get there, I want someone who's as excited as I am to buy the car. Like, I walked in to buy a car, right? And so I'm not looking for more stuff. I'm looking for a very specific thing. I want you to help me get this thing, get the deal closed. Let's go. What's the fastest path to the result that I'm looking for? Does that make sense? I hope that's making sense, okay? So you don't need more stuff in your course. You just need a straight line from where people are starting to where it is that they're going, all right? Your facts aren't going to sell. It's your feelings that are going to sell. What is the emotion that you can help somebody attach to essentially the outcome that they're getting when it comes to your course? You want your audience to always feel seen and known, okay? One of the keys to this and the pro tips that I give a lot of my clients is this, and maybe it's a secret, but I'm gonna just give it to you. You want to identify with the conversation, the high level conversation that your premium buyer is already having in their heads. It's the stuff that they don't say out loud. That's it. That's it. Like, how can you tap into that? And you as the expert should understand the conversation that's happening in their heads, okay? Because you've been there. You've been in their shoes before. You understand. You've been faced a similar challenge or experience. And so you're like, okay, I get it. These are the things that I was thinking. These are the things that I was kind of going through. And this is what I wish someone had available for me. This is what I wish someone would have said to me. A lot of successful courses, premium courses, a lot of successful businesses in general are because somebody has built something that they needed at some point that wasn't available to them, that wasn't accessible at the time. Those are the best solutions, are things that come out of, hey, I wish I had that when I was going through that thing. Okay, somebody else right now needs the thing that you're building, right? The thing that you built as a result, or the solution that you found as a result of your pain, your trauma, your challenges, I will say. Now make sure that you are teaching from places you have healed from so that you are not injuring, causing further injury to yourself, but also to others, spilling onto other people. Okay, so teach from places you've healed from always. All right, the third thing that's usually missing when people are trying to sell is they lack storytelling. Okay, there's no story involved. It's just straight facts. Here's what's happening. Here's why you shouldn't let it happen. Here's how to fix it. It's like, okay, well, what's the story? right? Like if I built a solution, going back to what I just said, if I built a solution for this time and space, something that I needed, and I know it can be beneficial to somebody else who may be going through something similar, I have to engage the people I want to purchase, or not just purchase, but also like use the solution. I have to engage them and help them understand that I understand where it is that they are, or where it is that what it is that they're currently experiencing, right? You do that through storytelling. Without storytelling, you are causing a separation between yourself and your audience, and you do not want that. You want to tell the story. What happened? How do I connect here? Okay? What makes you the person that's able to help somebody? Tell your story. Again, this goes back to my previous point. Make sure you're teaching from places you've healed from, though, because you don't want to, again, cause further injury to yourself. And I've been in that space where it's like, oh, I touched, started telling a story, and I'm like, oh, that still kind of hurts a little bit. I'm like, hold on, let me back up. Okay, so teach from places that you've actually healed from. This is also the thing, when you tell your story and you lean into your experiences, it's what's going to separate you from other people who may be teaching the same thing. Now, maybe that question has crossed your mind too, especially if you are just getting started in creating your courses. Well, what's going to make my course different? What's going to make my course stand out? Somebody else is already teaching it. They've been teaching it for like 10 years. They already have a groove, an audience. What's going to make you different is your story, right? We've already got your personality. We've already got the emotional connection, but it's so easy to build an emotional connection if you just lean into your story. Chances are you have felt and experienced the same feelings that somebody else is experiencing right now and looking for the solution. People who are in pain or experiencing a challenge want to get out of it as soon as possible. And there are people who have the means and ability, okay, to do so. Like when I say that, I mean like they're looking to spend the money. They have the financial means to be able to spend whatever they need to get themselves out of a situation or out of the pain or out of the challenge as quickly as possible. I also want to put this here that sometimes if you don't ever make an offer, if you never tell people what you have, and you never make an offer to go, hey, I have this thing, it costs this much, nobody is ever going to buy it. You are essentially doubting yourself, okay, and doubting the solution that you have developed by not making an offer, by not telling people about it because you think they can't afford it. You will be surprised how many people are willing and able to pay you for the solution that you have created and developed. There is an audience. There are multiple audiences. And essentially, and I'll save this for another episode because I don't want to get too far into it, but there are so many, like your audience is not separate audiences. There are people at different points along the journey. So people being at different points along the journey also have different means and abilities and capabilities. But if you close your mouth and you don't talk about what it is that you have to offer, or you underprice what it is that you have to offer, you are not going to reach the audience that you intend to reach. The one who is premium and who is and does have the financial means and ability to pay for your premium programs. Stop trying to sell. I'm going to put this here. It is an unpopular opinion, but I got to say it. Stop trying to sell your way to 6 and 7 figures with a $7 offer. Stop doing it. You are undervaluing, seriously undervaluing and undercharging what you have to offer, your gift, because you are thinking before you even get started, who's going to pay for it? Who has the means and ability to pay for it? It's just positioning. Okay, once you know what it is that you have to offer and you're able to package that up, you position it for the people who have the means and ability to pay. There are people who can afford your $7 offer, but there are people who can afford your $70,000 offer as well. Okay, it's up to you, but you can't doubt it before you put it out there. All right, it's just about positioning. So storytelling. All right, so instead of you focusing on the what, you want to focus on the why and how you got there. That's going to help you start to position. Okay, now there are certain key phrases and things that you want to say that will position you for premium buyers as opposed to your $7 buyers. Okay, and that's okay. I'm not shading. Listen, there was a point in time when I got started when I needed the $7 thing. Okay, I needed this $27 thing. But I also realized very early on that if I wanted to get further and I wanted to do it quickly, I needed to up it. All right. I needed the $2,500 thing. I needed the $5,000 thing. And it's about quality over quantity. And that's just it. Was I likely to use the $7 thing? No, mostly set, right? But there are some instances when you understand what it is that you need, and more importantly, who it is that you need. And this goes into storytelling. This is why you have to position yourself in your story as an expert on your experiences, which you already are. You lived them. You lived your experiences. Nobody can take that away from you. So instead of focusing on the what you do, focus on why you do it, and focus on the how you do it, which is the methodology piece, right? The strategy piece. How do I help you get to this result? Why do I help you get to this result? This is why I always say, like, you have to be passionate about what you're teaching, about anything that you're doing, in my opinion, in order to sustain it. This is also why, no shade, right? But you hear from people who have so many like failed businesses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's like, well, at what point, like, did you evaluate why you were doing the thing? I'm just saying, and it's no shade, it's real. If you do not know why, if you're not passionate about what it is that you're doing, and you don't incorporate marry your expertise and your passion together, yeah, of course I feel like that would be the inevitable outcome. It's like, this doesn't really work because I'm burnt out. I don't have enough, commitment to doing the thing because, I'm not passionate about the thing. It doesn't even, how do you say, it doesn't even, capitalize on my skill set, my talent, my given talent and gift. You have to hone gifts. Pro tip. I gotta put this here too. You have to hone gifts. You have to practice, right? You have to develop them. But if you're doing something that doesn't even highlight the gift, and it also doesn't highlight your passion, then yeah, it's easy to burn out. It's easy not to have enough commitment to do the thing. I'm not saying that business there won't be some rough patches, right? Or it won't be hard sometimes. I'm just saying, like, the passion is the perseverance, like the passion, the gifts, the skill set, like leaning into those things helps you with your perseverance. It helps you go, you know what? Yeah, I need to find the right person, because when you're looking for the mentor, right? When you're looking for the teacher, when you're looking for the coach, somebody to help you, the teacher always appears, they say, when you're ready, when the student is ready, right? What was that? Star Wars? Right? But it's true. Like, you always, if you ever focus on a thing and know what you want, and I just posted about this earlier today, when you have clarity is going to help you define, right, what it is that you want. When you are focused on that thing that you want, opportunities start to appear. It seems like from nowhere, but it's because now you are clear about what it is that you desire. You can then start to filter for what you don't want, right? So you're focused on what you do want. Every opportunity that comes to you won't be the right fit. It won't be the right opportunity. So you can go, not interested in that. Blinders on. Nope, not that one. Not that one, that one. Right? This is what happens when teachers, coaches, mentors are properly positioned, which is what this episode is about, and helping you to do, right? Properly positioned. When you're looking for your teacher, you're looking for your coach, you're looking for your mentor, you're looking for all of these things that I'm talking about, right? You're looking for emotional resonance. You're looking to resonate with that person. They get me. They understand me. They've been where I've been. The story that they tell mirrors my story that I'm currently living, or the one that I'm aspiring to, right? And the one that I'm aspiring to. Oh, they made it through. They can show me exactly what to do. So you know that when you're seeking mentorship and you're seeking coaching, that's what you're looking for. That's what your people are looking for too. They're looking for resonance. They're looking for your story. So why wouldn't you put it out there? Because other than that, you're drowning in a sea of facts, in a sea of AI written content. Nothing wrong with using AI to assist, but only you have the personal touch. Only you can talk about your story. Only you can talk about what really happened and what you really feel. And also, in speaking about that, be able to feel from other people, right? There's discernment that's there too. The other thing that I've been really thinking about lately is that saying, think outside the box, right? I think you do need a box, but not in the traditional sense. And the reason I say that, it goes back to the point I just made, is clarity. You have to be able to have your box, like you create the box. What is it? And it's not about like a limitation of ideas. It's what is it that I actually need to focus on? You need some sort of constraints, okay? You need some sort of guidelines in order to get clarity on the opportunities as they present themselves and be able to filter for what is appropriate and what is not. I think it's important, okay? But I think you got to create it for yourself. I don't think you need to listen to what other people are telling you to do, or take an idea and try to, manipulate it or turn it, or how can I think about this differently? I think you create your own. That's it. Cobrian, hello, says, yes, I appreciate you. Thank you. Much love. I'm glad this is resonating. All right, so we got number 1. You're going to need personality. Okay, show up as yourself. Just be you. It's fun. It's way more fun than trying to subdue your personality or trying to mimic somebody else's stuff. Like, just be you. People like that. Emotional connection, you also need that. So it's not just facts. All right, the feelings are going to sell. Clock it. Wait, my nieces have been teaching me. That's so true. Clock it. Go, Brian. I appreciate you. Thank you for the energy. And then number 3, storytelling. Tell your story. Okay, it's the thing that's going to separate you from other people. All right, number 4, transformation over information. So we are always focused on, I talked about this earlier, we can Google information, we can AI it, Claude it, chat it, whatever, all the other tools that are out there. Okay, so many, too many to name. But anybody can get that information. So what you need to focus on is transformation. What is the result that somebody is seeking? What's the outcome that somebody is seeking? And here's the thing, it's not just like the strategy piece of it and getting people to, okay, here's the goal, get there. It's who they become along the way. It's the identity piece. People shift identities when they work with you. They become someone new. They start doing things that they never thought that they could do or would do or imagined, okay, themselves doing. That's the transformative piece. That's the transformation. Like the ability to create something that will have an impact on somebody else's life forever. That's what we're going for. That's it. And the way that happens is through transformation. It's an identity shift. Think about this. And this is what you want in your courses. You want people to experience this identity shift. Every situation, thing that has come up, experience in your life. Let's talk like relationships, romantic relationships, friendships, right? Places, educational experiences, whatever it is, have shaped you. Whether you want to admit it or not. We take a look at these lessons that we've been through and we go, I remember I went through that. Well, how did that shape me? Right? Sometimes we don't even see it happening, but it happened. Your identity shifted based on your experiences. So why wouldn't you develop a course, a program, something that you have your hands in based on your life experiences? When you start putting that out there, you start leaning into your story. Why wouldn't your program help shift identity? Why wouldn't it be an experience that would help change who somebody is in a good way? Don't use it for dark, okay? Use it for light, positivity. All right, moving people forward. Why wouldn't it though? Why would you not create that kind of experience? That's what you're creating. So that's why I always say it's deeper than a course. It's more than a course that you're putting together. And this is why we are not charging $97 or $297 for it. Okay, you charge premium because it becomes an experience, a transformative experience for somebody. And you want to help people go deep. So you're not just giving information. If you're going to charge $97 and $297, it is just information at that point. Think about it. The last course you bought for $97, information. Okay? Unless you bought one of my programs, which shameless plug, 9 to Thrive is coming back this month. It's 5 days with me. Okay, there is mentorship included. It is transformative. I would advise that you get the VIP option. There's a general admission option as well. It's jumpfirstacademy.org/9 to Thrive. Kat is going to drop the link in the comments. Okay, but I would advise it. That is a transformative experience. I will say that, because I don't do anything that's just normal. Like I'm not interested in information. That's not what I sell. My entire dissertation was on mentorship. I've studied mentorship. I continue to study mentorship to this day. Okay. Like, dissertation was published in 2015. So that should tell you how far back I've been studying mentorship. Like, it's so important. It's infused in all of my programs. And that's what I'm encouraging you to do. Don't let people leave without having an experience. Like, so yeah, general admission for 9 to Thrive is $97. VIP is $297 right now. Okay, get in. That's an experience though. All right. Most people though are selling a $97 course or $297 course, hands off, and it becomes information. That's not what I want you to develop. In 9 to Thrive, you'll see an example of what it looks like to create something that is transformative, okay? And also get an opportunity to create something like that for your clients, your students, the people you want to work with, your community. O'Brien says that's deep. Okay, I appreciate that. Okay, Kat just dropped it inside of the chat. The link is there for you to go ahead and grab your spot in 9 to Thrive. I would highly recommend VIP, and I'm not just saying that. I have fun in VIP. It's behind the scenes. It's all the things. Check it out. So transformation over information. Okay, so this is what they can't get somewhere else. They get it because the identity shift happens through you. It does. It's you're teaching from your experience, and it's a transformation, not the tactics. Again, this is not strategy that you're selling. You're selling transformation. I hope that lands. Number 5, our last one, is clarity. I'm gonna take a sip of water so we can get to number 5. Okay. Now, here's what I want you to know. Number 5 is clarity about a lot of things. Clarity about your topic, clarity about who you serve and who you don't in your different programs, right? It can be tiered. I recommend, pro tip for your premium courses, you start with one. Start with one premium course. Don't start with a low ticket course. Don't start with like selling information, okay? Start with a premium course. If I did this again, I did actually start with a premium course, but I didn't price it accordingly. I was underselling. It was my flagship program, so it was a premium. At that time, 2018 is when I started this business, but it was still, I was still undercharging for it. So I ended up raising the prices, and it wasn't until after that. Now I will put this here. I had like a 3-day training that I was putting out. I had ebooks. I had at least 2 or 3 ebooks at the time. And I was like, what am I doing? Like, because I was focused, my energy was scattered. It was like, okay, over here I got the premium thing, but then like, just in case people don't want the premium thing, then let me do this over here. And it was like, well, girl, if you just focus all your energy in the premium thing for a second, you can then figure out what else you need to develop that will help people who may not be ready for the premium thing. So then came the 9 to Thrive movement, but this was after I decided to shift focus for a couple of years, okay, on the premium thing only. Raise the prices, right? Got more people in, all of those things. So I always encourage you, pro tip, start with one and start with your premium thing, because then you can do what I like to call redistribute the wealth, okay? So it's essentially, if you're marketing your premium thing to people who have the means and ability to pay the premium price point, it frees up your creativity. You're not scattered trying to figure out, well, how am I going to pay the bills this month? Is there going to be enough money coming in? And also, like, am I truly making the impact I really want to make? Because again, you can't please stop hustling. I'm not saying that it'll never happen and you can't get to 6 or 7 figures, but people who are marketing like, oh, I sold this $7 thing and I got to 6 or 7 figures. No shade. A lot of times they're not telling you the full story. So sometimes the full story is that they're doing some network marketing stuff. So they're marketing somebody else's product or service. And that somebody else's product or service, they have an entire company dedicated to creating the marketing materials, telling people what to say, how to show up, all of those things. The other thing is they did exactly like I just said, right? Where they have a high ticket thing. They have another thing that they sell behind the scenes, but then they have a front end thing that they sell to bring people in the door, right? For like the $7 thing or a $27 thing. So they're not telling you the whole picture. And that's the problem. So when you are clear on who you serve and the transformation you provide, your audience is clear as well. You can have different audiences for different tiers, levels, opportunities within your entire program. But if you're just getting started developing your program, I recommend starting with one premium offer. That's it. Everything that I had created when I first started in 2018, right? Remember I said I had a couple of ebooks, I had 2 or 3 of them, and I had like a 3-day training. When I decided to go all in on premium only, I combined those things and I made them into a premium offer. Okay, so they became a part of my offer and we refined them and repackaged them to make them a part of the premium offer. You need one premium offer. It does not need to include a bunch of ebooks. It doesn't need to include a bunch of mini trainings or those sorts of things. You need to figure out who your audience is. That's why I said there's an audience for every level of your program, of your offer. But you need to figure out who you're going to begin helping first. Who do you want to impact first? When you are clear on what you do, what you offer, your audience is clear as well, because confusion doesn't sell. If your audience is confused, if you are confused, okay, about your offer, your audience is going to be confused, and your audience is not going to buy if they are confused. All right. So you need clarity. Confusion never converts, ever. Be clear on what you do, who you help. All right. And then go from there. That is all I have. I want to recap for you tonight exactly what we talked about. Okay, so here's what happens. If your course is missing any of these, and if you're just getting started, kudos to you for watching this, because that means you're going to skip the mistakes that I made. Okay, if you have a course currently and it's not selling, it's likely missing these 5 things. So if you're just getting started, don't do these. Okay, make sure you include the opposite of what I'm about to say. All right, I'll tell you in a second. Make sure you have personality. Okay, included. So include what I'm about to say. If you are currently selling or you have a course and it's not selling, then it's missing these things. All right, and you need to go back and include these things. First thing is personality. Make sure it's in there. Be you. Just be you. That's it. That is all that is required. Forget the rest. We are not in, who says it? I think I was listening to Gary Vee says it. He's like, we are not in high school anymore. Like, why do you care about somebody picking on you on the internet? Why do you care about what people have to say? Right? Like, it's that. Just be you. You will be surprised. Also, when I'm scrolling on Instagram or YouTube or wherever, TikTok, I am so not surprised these days about how many niches there are. Like, about how many there are different corners and pockets of the internet, and people are into some things. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is there's something for everyone, and all you have to do is be you, and the right people will be attracted to what it is that you have going on, your personality. Okay, so show up as yourself. Number 2, the emotional connection has to be there. Try to identify with what is the conversation that your people, your audience that you really want to work with, what conversation are they having in their heads? What are they not saying out loud? That's the emotional connection piece. And it's so much easier when you do number 3. Number 3 is storytelling. If you start leaning into your story, you will start connecting emotionally with the people in your audience, the people you actually want to buy. Now, if you already have an audience built on social media, no matter what platform you're on, I can guarantee you there are premium buyers in the audience. You just have to speak directly to them. And a lot of times it's these things that are missing. Number 4, focus on transformation over information. What is the identity shift that happens because somebody decided to work with you? And if you're somebody who's like, I don't know how people shift when they work with me, join the 9 to Thrive movement. Okay, the link is in the comments. We'll talk about that. The last one is clarity. All right. And that's exactly what 9 to Thrive is going to help you with, is help you get clear on your audience, on your offer, on your topic. Like, that's necessary, because confusion doesn't convert. If you take nothing else away from this, confusion doesn't convert. How do you get clear on your offer? Okay, so that your audience is clear. Because if they are not clear on what you do, why you do it, how you do it, all right, that's a problem. I always say this too, pro tip for your courses. The methodology and strategy that you utilize to help somebody shift identity and get that result, get the transformation, should never be behind a paywall. Like how they implement it, sure, right? People should pay for that. But to just know what the strategy is or what the method is, why is it behind a paywall? Like the teacher method is my method. You can see it for free at jumpfirstacademy.org. Just jumpfirstacademy.org. Kat's going to put it inside of the comments. You can see the method for free up front. I walk you through each step and what it is, what it stands for. It's an acronym, teach it. What it is, what it stands for, how it's going to help you. In order to start implementing the methodology, join the 9 to Thrive movement. We're going to get clear on your topic. We're going to get clear on your audience. We're going to get clear on your offer. That link is also inside of the comments as well as the description. Okay. I thank you so much for joining me in the arena tonight. I appreciate the positivity in the chat. I appreciate all the likes. I appreciate the new subs. Thank you. If you are new here and you still haven't hit that subscribe button, please do. All right, stick around. We are live in the arena on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I will be back this Thursday with another quick bite, okay, on how to get your courses up and running. In the meantime, in between time, if you are interested in 9 to Thrive, especially VIP, it tends to fill up. So please do not wait, okay? You want to get in the door. I love y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. If you are returning, by the way, shout out to you, okay? Welcome back to In the Arena. Know that I appreciate you. I love you all, and I'll see y'all back here on Thursday. Have an amazing, amazing night. Bye, y'all.